The key to a successful retirement is having enough money to enjoy your life. Show of hands. Money? How many people? Just one hand will do, ma'am. All right. Now, we do a lot of survey work. When you survey people who are not yet retired, and you say, what is the key? Generally, throughout the audience, they will say, yeah, money. Because everybody knows if you've got enough money, everything else looks after itself, right? You don't get sick. I don't know if you knew this or not, but if you've got money, well, you get gout. But other than that, you don't get sick. In our survey work, actually, money is not number one. It's number 4 as being a key to a successful retiree. What's number 1 for people? Health. Yeah, it's not even close. Health. Because you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't really matter.
Money helps.
What's that?
Money helps.
Money helps. Now, so that means that there are people out there, and actually this is a bad example because there's no people out there without money. But are you saying that you need money to retire?
Absolutely.
Or do you need money to retire in the way you want? Because I got to tell you, there's a lot of people out there that don't have anywhere near what you have, but they are retiring just quite nicely. It's just their expectations are different. My grandfather used to say, I'd call it cutting your coat by your cloth. And if you've got cloth that's not as big as you need it to be, you learn to adjust. Now, there was a study that came out of Great Britain earlier this year, and they looked at affluent Britishers and their perceived level of happiness. And what the researchers were trying to say is there any relationship whatsoever between happiness and money? No relationship whatsoever. None. None. Although they did find out that if you have money, it makes sadness easier to handle, which I thought was good. There you go. But again, if you think that it's just money and all you need is your number, well, take a look at this.
Hey, Clark, what you got there? It's my number. It's the amount I need to save to retire the way I want. Is that your number?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
It's just a guesstimation.
How do you plan for that?
Well, I blindly throw money at it and hope something good happens.
So you really don't have a plan?
I really don't.
Do you know your number?
It was written, the book was written in the 1990s in the U.S., and it was called Do You Know Your Number? And the purpose of the book was to help you calculate what your number would be, and after that, everything should be bliss. Now again, and to speak to you, I don't disagree with what you say on money, except, did you know that your spending in retirement, it is very heavy in the first 3 years of retirement. We find that people tend to spend like drunken sailors in the first 3 years. Right, go here, do that, buy this. At the end of 3 years, you look at each other and go, well, that was fun. And then you settle into a pattern. Your spending goes down by somewhere between 1% to 3% until healthcare becomes an issue. Now you're saying, hang on, you're in Australia. What do you mean healthcare becomes an issue? It's not what the government programs pay, it's the out-of-pocket expenses. It is nursing costs, aged care costs, drug costs, mobility aids, all of those things that don't get covered that you have to start paying. In fact, at the end of your life, 90% of your lifetime expenses, out-of-pocket expenses, come in the last 5 years of your life. All right? So we call retirement spending a smile. Heavy at the front end, heavy at the back end. And in the middle, profligate spending is not normally what you do in retirement. It does allow you, though, to do the kinds of things you want to do. And so you want to sit down and say, all right, let's establish what we want to do, and then let's figure out how that factors into the cost.